Guys, my name is Navi Baksh and you are watching my channel NB Learning. Guys, today our topic is what are the reasons of flame failure in the boiler. So let's start. First reason is the malfunctioning of photocell. Guys, photocell is a device which is used in the boiler furnace to detect the flame. If there is malfunctioning in the photocell, then it will did not detect the flame, which will cause the uh, tripping of the boiler and ultimately the failure of the flame. Number two is the main fuel valve trip. If your main fuel valve is trip due to any reason, if your main fuel valve is auto valve, or if your main is XSV, then there will be issue of instrument air. If your main fuel valve is operating an instrument air and the failure of instrument air causes the main fuel valve to close, then ultimately our flame will be fail. And number three is the air fuel ratio. If your air fuel ratio is disturbed, or the flow of air is high, or the flow of air is low as compared to fuel, then there will be issue, there will be trouble to the flame, and flame become fail. Number four is the instrument fault. Instrument fault means if your level transmitter is faulty, if your steam flow transmitter is faulty, if there is any faulty instrument, then it will trip the boiler, which ultimately uh, signal goes to burner management system and will cause the flame failure. Number five is the ID and FD fan failure. Due to any issue to the ID or FD fan, if there will be interruption of electrical supply to the motors of ID fan or FD fan. If ID fan or FD fan trip, then ultimately the burner management system give the alarm of flame failure. ID fan most commonly trip due to damage bearing. And because FD fan is mounted on the chimney on the exhaust flue gases, due to high temperature their bearing become damaged. If in the boiler, to cool the ID fan bearing, there is a supply of water. If the supply of water through the ID fan bearing is interrupted, then the bearing of the ID fan overheat, which resulted tripping of the ID fan, and ultimately signal goes to burner management system, which give us the alarm of flame failure. So guys, these were some conditions of flame failure, some reasons of flame failure which I want to discuss with you. So see you in the next video.